Deep in the shadowed valleys of Gwynedd, where the mountains breathe mist and the rivers whisper secrets, there is a story older than memory, a story of something that lived beneath the waters, something that waited, something that hungered. Long ago, near the Afon Conwy, people spoke in hushed voices about a creature beneath its waters, something ancient which called beneath that black unmoving surface, something vast, scaled and terrible, not a dragon of the sky, nor of fire, but something older, something wrong, a creature that did not belong to land or water or anything that still breathes under the sun. They call it the Afanc. And where the Afanc lived, death followed. Before the stories, there were only disappearances. Livestock vanished first, sheep dragged screaming into the water, then cattle, and then people. Travellers disappeared without a trace. Sometimes the river would churn violently, as though something enormous twisted beneath the surface. And when the storms came, the Afanc rose. When it thrashed, the river would flood. Water spilled into the valley without a drop of rain. Fields drowned beneath clear skies, and entire paths vanished overnight. Homes were destroyed, and entire families would vanish into the dark night. And sometimes, in the reflection of the moon, people saw it, a shape stretching beneath the surface, for it was too long and too thick, a creature that looked wrong. Limbs pressed against the underside of the water like a thing trying to remember how to crawl, and a head appeared just beneath the surface, where two dim, lidless eyes opened. It was said that Afanc would summon floods at its will, as though the river itself obeyed it. Fear spread, and the people began to pray for somebody or something to stop it. And finally their prayers were answered. He came. His name was Gadarn, a warrior of immense strength, a formidable leader, a living legend. Where others saw terror, he saw a challenge. And when he heard of the Afanc, he smiled. He chose to face it. Gadarn knew that this was no ordinary battle. The Afanc could not simply be killed. It had to be removed one way or another. So he prepared his two mighty oxen, a chain of unbreakable iron, not to fight the creature, but to drag it far, far from its domain. At the river's edge, he waited. Gadarn stooped low and smacked his heavy hands upon the river in a fast, rapid movement to appear like a struggling deer. Then the water broke, and the mighty Afanc rose its head from the blackened water. Massive and terrifying, it lunged forward, but Gadarn moved fast. He threw the chains high. They wrapped around the beast as it thrashed and roared. The river erupted, and the ground shook. The oxen pulled and pulled. It was a titanic struggle of strength as the Afanc fought back, thrashing and snapping its head towards them. Gadarn shouted to his oxen to pull harder. They reared back, holding their ground, and then slowly and relentlessly they dragged the Afanc from the water. The Afanc did not go quietly nor without a fight. It screamed, a sound not meant for human ears. It fought with everything it had, sweeping down the trees in the forest, but the chains on the oxen held, and Gadarn did not yield. Throughout the valley, the Afanc's terrible screams echoed, and with every thrash of its tail, the tallest trees were sliced in two. The Afanc struggled against the unbreakable chains and the strength of the 2 oxen and Gadarn. Many trees were brought to the forest ground with booming thuds. The path itself was flooded, but Gadarn and the oxen marched on. Far from the Afon Conwy, they reached a distant lake, a place of silence, of depth, of darkness. And there they led the Afanc into the deep water. The river was calm once more, and the people were safe. And Gadarn became legend. But some say the creature still lives. It stays deep, hidden and listening. And sometimes you stand by certain lakes in the Conwy Valley. On nights when the air is too still, you may just hear it. A low sound beneath the water. Not a roar, not a warning, but a slow, endless breath.